So just this morning, some pictures of the new CGI Motorized line were leaked, and let's just say there were definitely some surprises. So today, I thought that I'd go through the entire line and find out, is this range actually good? Starting off in the top left, we have a Nia 3-pack. Even from this kind of far away picture, I can see that she's very detailed and her proportions are really good. Now, of course, these engines are going to look really big next to the originals, but when you only have these engines next to each other, they actually look fantastic. Nia also comes with a brand new brake van and slate truck with an elephant on it. The new brake van looks pretty good. It's clearly based on the LMS 20-ton brake van, used heavily during the CGI era, but I can't help but notice how cartoony it looks compared to the super accurate Nia. I wish they had just fully committed and made it longer, which is a problem I have with some of the other rolling stock that we have in this range. The slate truck and elephant are cool too, I just don't really have much to say about them. I do wish that Mattel would use the length of the old rolling stock and make them a tiny bit taller so that they would fit this new range better. Moving over to the right, we have what I'm gonna assume is Talking Thomas because of his larger cab compared to the other Thomases in this range, and he comes with Annie and Clarabelle. Now, Thomas looks fantastic here. Great proportions, awesome face, awesome detail, but once again, this pack is let down by the rolling stock. Annie and Clarabelle look absolutely buns. Maybe they'll look better up close, but they barely have any detail. The only thing I like about them is the axle boxes and the height. The rolling stock has definitely been the weak part of this range so far. Moving on to James and... Oh dear. I don't know what happened with him, but he's somehow still squished. It looks like they took the boiler and firebox from the CGI model and copied it 1-to-1, but shortened pretty much everything else, so it just looks way off. His face is also absolutely ginormous and looks weirdly flat for some reason. I like the tanker he comes with, but yeah, pretty weak one here. And here is what seems to be a Thomas Greatest Moments pack. Thomas has some nice quarry dust weathering on him, and of course, a white running board. Yeah, this Thomas looks super good. The regular Thomas already looks amazing, but the addition of a white running board is wonderful. The trucks also have some nice detailing and come with some cool box loads too. This is definitely my favorite pack so far. Percy is absolutely a standout from this range. His lamp is obviously white, so I really hope this means that he has a white running board, but besides that, everything about this Percy is incredible. Amazing proportions, white running board, awesome face, doesn't even look too long now, awesome details. Honestly, I'll just have to get it in person, but right now, this is looking like the best battery operated Percy I've ever seen, and that's including the originals. Of course, with such an amazing Percy model, they would have to give him some amazing rolling... Oh. It's the all engines go mail car in that cartoony brake van again. Is it just me, or does all this basic, small Trackmaster Revolution rolling stock look so jarring next to these big, well-detailed engines? Overall, I just can't wait until this Percy comes out. Definitely getting this one. Next we have... Oh, what even is that? So, the back half of Gordon looks pretty good, but then you get to the front and wonder if they smashed him into a brick wall before putting him there. Why is his face so flat and enormous? And why is his running board so short? And that express coach he comes with is absolute buns too. If you're gonna make the express coaches, make them longer than all of the other rolling stock. And I know you can do it because Tomy did. Also, cool to mention, but all of the tender engines have removable coal loads, which is kinda neat. Overall, he has some nice details and fake valve gear, which is cool, but absolute buns. Next is Flying Scotsman? Bet you weren't expecting that. Now, it's really cool that we're getting a new Flying Scotsman, but unfortunately, he shares that absolutely abysmal design with Gordon. He is better than Gordon because of all the extra details he has, like his banjo dome, accurate firebox, and smoke deflectors, but his face does look flat like Gordon's, and those tenders look so dinky behind him, because they just reused the originals. I've definitely got mixed feelings about Flying Scotsman, but it's really cool that we're getting him. And finally, for the engines, we have Duck? Okay, this is just crazy now. And he actually looks amazing too. I have no complaints with Duck. Great proportions, I love how tall his funnel is, and even better details than the original. I'm really looking forward to getting more pictures of him. Definitely a standout of this range. We also got pictures for a set, but for some reason it looks like a generic train set with a generic station instead of including Knapford or Vickerstown, which is pretty weird. It's going to be cool going into Walmart again and actually seeing good Thomas toys on the shelf again. But what were my favorite and least favorite engines from this new range, and would I say the range is good overall? My favorite engines were White Running Board Thomas, Percy, and Duck, and my least favorites were James and Gordon. And overall, this range definitely has potential. Right now it seems pretty hit or miss, but this is only one picture, so I'll be able to judge it more accurately when the engines are actually released. I would really like to see them make Toby, Bill and Ben, Diesel, Paxton, and Donald and Douglas. And I worry for engines like Edward and Oliver because of their wheel configuration, and Henry because the tender engines have been absolute trash. But this is just my opinion. Leave your thoughts on this new range in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.